Hello, Aubrey. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Lindsay?
I am feeling excellent. Excellent. We're getting into talking about achievements today. Is that right? It's a great
Yes. Do you ever
topic.
have trouble sharing achievements with people?
I do because there's a lot that I think about, of course. I think about the vibe in that moment. What have people said so far in that conversation? You need the right setup for it, I think
Right.
sometimes.
Well,
Otherwise, you sound a little tone deaf.
it
Yeah.
can feel
Mhm.
like you're bragging and we don't
Yes.
want this, but with
Yes.
close friends, with associates, we do want to be able to share exciting achievements or just anything
Yes.
that exciting that happens to us. But
Mhm.
imagine, Lindsay, if you started telling me about an exciting achievement
Yeah.
and I just gave you nothing, right? Stone face, no exciting response. Do you
I
think
can't
you would ever
imagine it.
share an achievement with me again?
No, I would
Probably
definitely
not.
clam up and feel like, "What's going on with her?" It's very strange the way she didn't respond to that,
Yes,
right?
that's a lot of when someone shares with you something exciting, it's important how you react, right?
Yes.
And you might even accidentally not react correctly if you're thinking about vocabulary, grammar. What do I say next? You might
Yes.
accidentally break the connection. So, we're
Oh,
sharing some really important vocabulary today to help you react in an appropriate and encouraging way when someone shares something exciting with you.
yes, I love it. We are getting into this today. Where should we start with this topic today? I mean, where does this come from and what's the context today, Aubrey?
Yeah, this was actually inspired by our B1 course in
Mhm.
module 3. It's called Great Achievements. It's
Yeah.
helping you learn how to share exciting achievements. And
Yeah.
some of the vocabulary we taught were interjections, like
Yes.
saying right on when
Yeah.
someone tells you. It's so native and natural to respond that way when someone tells
Yeah.
you something exciting.
Yeah, and I remember this particular interview. As you guys know, in all of our courses, we use the connection method, which means we go out and we get natural conversation with native speakers. We record it, we bring it back to the course. And this particular interview, I believe it was the one where I was interviewing the artist in San Francisco.
Yeah,
And he was
exactly.
in his studio. And I do remember him saying that right on, right on. It sounded very San Francisco to me, too.
Yes,
Very
I hear it a
California.
lot. It's very
Yeah.
much the US, right? But we're
Yeah.
going to share 4 interjections you can use, like right on, that's one of them. Because when someone's telling you something exciting and you interject with something super encouraging like this, you are giving them such a strong signal that you are interested. You're proud of them, you're excited for them, and
Yes.
that is such a strong connection builder.
Yeah, this is connection right here. We're human beings. We need that encouragement to keep going, maybe
Yes,
share a little more. This person cares that you've achieved something,
right.
and that's the key right there.
Exactly.
Aubrey, our listeners should definitely stay on the episode today. Why? What's coming up at the end?
Yes, this is exciting, guys. Stay tuned because at the end of the episode, we're going to give you a special offer that will give you a chance to practice today's vocabulary in real conversations.
Yes, so stay on so you know how to get that special offer. All right, Aubrey, let's get into showing our listeners the key vocab they need. What is the first, again, coming back to what we mentioned earlier, what is it?
Yeah, the first one is right on.
Yeah.
So, for each of these, we're going to do a mini role play so you can see how to interject, which is sort of like interrupting with just something small that's encouraging.
And I like this one because, like I said, when he said it, it just felt very San Francisco. It felt very California. But now, so in my mind, in the 90s, this was something that only Californians said, right on, right? It felt kind of surfery. But now I feel like it's kind of gone mainstream.
Yeah, it's
And
really been adopted, I think, because it's so positive and encouraging.
yeah, it really is. There's nothing but positivity here. So, should we do a role play?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I won a tennis tournament this weekend.
Right on.
I hadn't played in a while, so I wasn't sure how I'd do.
Oh, was it singles or doubles?
Nice. And then you ask a follow-up question, and that's a nice connection moment. Nice pivot, right? In
Yes.
terms of the question too, as a bonus. Yeah.
Well, exactly. And imagine you're telling me you won a tennis tournament. That's
Yeah.
very exciting. If I don't say anything, if I'm not encouraging, or if I just smile and wait for you to give more information, there is as soon as you share something, an achievement or something exciting, you are looking for the cues from the person you're talking to. Are they interested? Are they okay that I'm sharing this something
Yeah.
that's maybe a little bit braggy?
Yeah. It's like right before you share and right after you share, you're kind of hyper vulnerable, right?
Yes,
To how,
exactly.
and you need to give the right cues. as the person receiving that information to support the speaker, because you've taken a
Exactly.
chance, you've taken a little chance, right? Unless you're just kind of totally unaware of social cues, and that's a different thing, right? But
Right. Right, but this even if you are, right, as soon as there's that flag of someone telling you something they're excited about, any
Mhm.
kind of achievement, you can now know, "Okay, this is my cue to interject with one of today's phrases, to show
Yes.
encouragement, to show I'm interested."
Love it. Okay, so next one is awesome. I would warn not to be too overusing of this one.
Right, you don't wanna say any of these all the time, that's part
No.
of why we're giving you 4 different ones. You could use all 4 of these throughout a conversation just to
Yes.
share that you think something's great, right? So let's
Yes.
do another role play to show how this might look. I'll
Okay.
start us out. "I got that job I interviewed for.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. It seems like a great company."
All right. And you can really, as our listeners, I know that I use awesome a lot. So this is more a warning to myself. I
Trying to
probably
remind
overuse
yourself,
it.
don't say this
Yeah.
all the time. It's true, we do
Yeah.
sort of have these language habits where
Yeah.
you might find yourself using the same interjection over and over.
Yeah.
Today's episode will be even more helpful for you to give you a few more
Mhm.
options to use.
For sure. And you can really though with awesome, you can really put your breath behind it. Awesome. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? You could feel that extra layer of energy if you feel that it's appropriate in that
Yes.
moment,
In fact, you
right?
have to be careful because this is used sarcastically. You don't wanna say like,
Yeah.
"Awesome."
Right. That would be
Right?
very
No matter
different.
how you say it, you need to have that
Yes.
expressiveness in your voice to make it clear
Yeah.
that you are excited for them.
Or, yeah, I mean, I think that you don't have to have the breath that I put into awesome, right? You could say awesome, right?
Right.
But if you
Exactly.
say awesome, or
Exactly.
how you did it was better, I like that if it sounded more
It's
sarcastic.
super sarcastic. "Awesome."
Right.
Drawing it out, adding
Yeah.
that sarcasm.
Yeah. But we know in context for this particular role play, that's not the case. We're not being sarcastic. That could be another
Exactly, so make
episode,
sure your
another
tone
day.
is excited, right? "Awesome."
Mhm. Yes. I like the next one. Wow, cool.
I say this a lot, I think, right? This is a common interjection for me too,
Yeah.
they say something exciting, I'm like, "Oh, wow, cool. Wow, cool."
Yeah, 100%. Very common. Let's do a role play. So here we go. I found some photos of my great grandmother in the attic. I'd only seen one photo of her before these.
"Wow, cool."
Yeah, I'm super excited. Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of a cool feeling digging through
It is,
family photos,
imagine if
isn't
you
it?
have only
Yeah.
seen one photo and you
Yeah.
find this treasure trove of old photos in an attic, that would be
Yes.
super exciting.
100%. 100%. So another option, right? We're just listing off for you guys the options,
Exactly.
right?
So many
Wow,
things you
cool.
can say. This does help you switch it up.
And something to note, we in our notes here, we have a comma after wow. So why, Aubrey? What if we say wow, cool? Wow,
Right.
cool.
Is
No.
there needs to be a little pause there, a short pause. Wow, because you're also wanting to emphasize the wow. Again,
Mhm.
you don't wanna sound sarcastic if you say like, "Wow, cool." Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
We wanna
really
show
different.
excitement in our tone.
Yes. So really kind of fully embracing both words in your delivery of that and a little pause is going to do it. Also, if you don't pause, if the whole thing sounds monotone, it's going to be hard to understand you. Wow, cool.
That's true.
No. You still
Exactly.
sound enthusiastic and positive, but it can't quite make it out.
Yes, it's amazing how important tone is for all of these
Yeah.
because the goal is to let them know that you are excited
Yeah.
and your tone will really convey that, not just the words, because a lot of these are used sarcastically. So make sure
Yes.
to feel excitement, be sincere, and that
Yeah.
will come out in your tone.
Definitely. There's a lot of joy in life if we can take part in others' joy. We
Absolutely.
study this in when I study meditation in Buddhism, we study this concept of taking joy in others' joy. It's a real thing that creates a lot of happiness. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. I say this a lot too. I say, "Oh, nice."
Yes. Also really good and very important, the tone of voice. The tone, the
Yes.
intonation, the pause. Oh, nice. Right?
Yeah. So let's do a little role play. I'll start us. "I
Mhm.
got a shout out at work today."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It feels good to be appreciated.
It was nice, and that's another episode for another day, but the way you punched the "was" and then you repeated that same word. Yeah, it was nice,
Yeah,
right?
oh, nice. It was nice. Right? We're
Yes.
building on each other's, mood, on the emotion.
Yeah,
This really is such a s strong connection skill. Instead
it's
of
huge.
breaking that connection by either not responding or responding with a weird tone, instead
Yes.
we're building on the excitement that's being given to us.
And I really think these phrases today, these 4 phrases, are going to really fill in the gaps for our listeners if they've just had textbook English for a long time. These will
Yes.
fill in the gaps and bring you to connection, right?
Yes,
When it
and
comes
you're
to
going to need
responding.
to practice these interjections. It's not
Yep.
enough to have a list of them and then go into a conversation, and you need to practice the tone. You need to
Mhm.
practice jumping in when someone says something exciting with one of these interjections. So,
It's
Lindsay,
true.
where
Well,
where can our
yeah.
students practice
Well,
these
it's
interjections?
it's really cool because in the last year or so, we've added so many different ways to finally practice. Practice with us,
Yes.
practice with other students, practice by connecting. So there are literally 4 different ways we can connect and practice. We now do weekly open conversation club, which you host, Aubrey, where students come together, connect with each other, and practice in breakout rooms, right?
Yes, this is a perfect opportunity to use this vocabulary. You have it there
Mhm.
ready. Someone
Yeah.
shares something exciting, interesting, and achievement. Use one
So
of these
fun.
interjections. It's such a perfect practice to build confidence before you have those in person interactions.
Yeah, and I love how often with OCC, I think students tend to stay late and connect together. I know for a fluency party, which is the next way our students now get to practice once a month, that's hosted by 2 members of the podcasting team. Aubrey, you and I are doing that on Monday.
Yes,
And if you're in the courses, you do get invited, right?
exactly.
Um,
And like you said, students often stay late. There's no time limit to these
mhm.
rooms. So you can stay and continue practice speaking as long as anyone's there to chat.
Yeah, and then if you're in personal coach levels of many of our plans, you do get invited to a weekly Q&A where you can come and ask questions about your course, technical questions, whatever it is that comes up, you ask that question. Yeah.
Yes, and available to
Nice.
everyone in any of our courses is this amazing supportive community where you can also ask questions, chat about anything in English, practice your writing, and get to know the people that you'll be seeing at Open Conversation Club and Fluency parties.
Yeah, that community has really been vibing lately, don't you think? I mean, going back and forth,
Absolutely.
people are responding to each other, commenting, sharing bucket lists and dreams and why are we here? What are we doing? We're learning English to connect to reach our goals. I love it.
Yes,
I
I
love it
do
in
too.
there.
It's amazing. There are so many awesome people in there supporting each other as we all learn English together. It's so great.
And one way for our listeners to get invited to some of these, speaking opportunities is to join our B1 Fluency course this week. Why should they join this week, Aubrey?
Yes. Well, we have a special offer that ends September 1st at midnight. So
Yeah.
we are going to give you guys a savings of $89. You
Mhm.
can get the B1 Fluency course, which the vocab from today was inspired from
Mhm.
interviews in this course that are so interesting with native English speakers,
Mhm.
plus a bonus course, right, Lindsay?
Yes, plus a free bonus, the 10 most magnetic words in English, which is a $39 value. It gets thrown into your package for free. So you get that free bonus course. And you will get all of this for $149 in the basic plan. And if you choose the personal coach plan, you save even more. Okay. So you can save up to $100 depending on the plan you choose. A lot of savings this week. But Aubrey, again, when does the deal end? We have to make sure we mark our calendars too.
Exactly, right? It ends at midnight on September 1st. So get in now, guys. Go to allearsenglish.com/B1. So letter B, number one.
You got to go check that out right now. Don't delay. Go do it because otherwise you may forget, right? Life gets busy. As soon as you get off this podcast, you're going to be at work or, be home and then life moves forward. But if you take the moment to sign up now, you will not regret it, right?
Yes,
Love
this
it.
is your chance to get into our community, to come to all of the speaking practice that we
Yeah.
have, get to know us, the hosts of All Ears English, and all of the students in all of our courses.
Yeah. So good. Aubrey, what's our takeaway for today? Where shall we leave our listeners?
Yes, interjections are so important. They serve many purposes. Such a great connection skill to show that encouragement when someone gets a little vulnerable, like you said, Lindsay, and you want to encourage them that you are there to support them and be excited for their achievement.
Yeah, I think a huge connection skill is understanding when people are feeling vulnerable. Like, what is, before they've shared this, after they share, like, you need to care for people, especially in those moments. And that leads to connection. And now our listeners do have the skills for it. I love it. And you can get more in that B1 course, guys. So allearsenglish.com/B1. We will see you at the next live speaking event. All
Yes,
right.
awesome. We're excited to see you there.
All right, Albert, you have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Lindsay.
Bye bye.
Bye.